deep presence, really building that awareness within ourselves. We're going to practice embodied listening, and I'll tell you what that means, and apply some practical skills. So by the end of the presentation, you'll be able to take away some very concrete things that you could incorporate now in business or personal life and relationships. So, on the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to yell out, okay? How would most people find communication? Would most people find communication easy or hard? So get that, chew for a minute. And then on the count of 3, pick one. 1, 2, 3.
Hard.
Hard. I heard hard. Would you say we heard hard mostly? Yeah. Communication, it's not easy, and it's not something we're taught either. You know, as a public school educator, I wish we had a required class for students on communication. It should be part of the standards. So what gets in the way of effective communication? You have a little play sheet there. You're going to brainstorm. This is a brainstorm dump at the very top. What do you think gets in the way of effective communication? I'll give you 60 seconds. Keywords that come to your mind first. Sure. All right, pencils down. Let's hear from a couple of folks, or maybe 2 or 3. What kind of came up for you? What did you write down?
Ego. Oh my gosh.
Ego. Thank you for sharing that. Did anybody else write that? You wrote that down too?
It's the only thing I wrote. I like poop and it's blink and then I started eating.
I love that. Ego. What else?
Freeze.
Freeze, like you get scared and or you just don't know what words to pick. Freeze. Like
Screens.
Screens, tech.
Like text, like
Text.
you're not communicating effectively sometimes when you're like reading an email or a text because you can't hear their voice or you don't know how they meant it. Does that make sense?
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Yes.
I have two individual state of mind, our own state of mind, and also not being curious enough and asking questions instead of statements.
You must be a teacher of communication to engineers. Yes, I love that. So, let's see here. All right, so why I talk about this, I see some familiar faces, Toastmasters and She Leads, and there's somebody else in here I know, I don't know. But you're probably wondering who I am. That's something that, I'm wondering too. And I'd say I've been on a journey of self-discovery for about 3 decades. If you also consider yourself to be on a journey of self-discovery, can you yell out self-discovery?
Self-discovery.
Yes, we are. This is what life is about. It's about discovering ourselves, certainly. So, come back with me to 1995. I am 18 years old. I see you doing the math in your head, okay? 48. And everybody asks that big question, what are you going to do with your life? Ooh, good question. What am I going to do with my life? I don't know. Gosh, I need to decide, don't I? It's 12th grade. I had to pick something. Aline, you should be an engineer. They need women in engineering. You're smart. You can do math. You'll make a lot of money. Engineer? What's an engineer? Do I have to take things apart? Do I have to put them back together again? Do I have to handle machinery? And sound like me. I needed a like at that time, but no, I don't even like a puzzle. Don't like a puzzle. But, you know, I am a woman. Certainly. I'm smart. I need to make money in the world, so okay. I'll try engineering. Let's see what that's like. So I did. I graduated in mechanical engineering, but I was miserable. Miserable. Raise your hand. Have you tried a career before that you found to be miserable? Yes, miserable. And so this propelled me on this path of self-discovery because I wanted to live with joy. That's what we're doing here with our businesses, right? We're living with joy. We're bringing our authentic voice into the world. We're understanding who am I and what do I have to share and give in the world. So I live in Erie, just down the road, and I moved here in 2009, first to North Boulder, then to Longmont with my 2 kids. And I'm about to be an empty nester. This is like the most exciting time, like, woo, finally, you know? Like I made it. And so I feel really excited about connecting also with other women who are doing their soul work in the world. So here's a picture of my 2 daughters. I've been a full-time single parent. Full-time single parent. And I moved my girls and I from Buffalo, New York, 2009, on a heart whisper. Because I learned to listen. Finally, at age 30, I learned to listen. What do you want, Helene? What's important to you? What are you feeling? Where is your heart calling you? So I packed up my girls. I said, girls, come on, girls, get in the car, pack up your things, family, friends, take all my clothes, you know, take my furniture, please. We need to get to Colorado because here we can find ourselves again. So I feel so grateful that, you know, they're alive, and that's the first thing, and they're happy. So the point is, if you don't know yourself, how can you communicate effectively and authentically? So today we're going to explore what do you value, how do you feel, and what is it that you truly want to share and say in the world? And we'll do that with some exercises. Because if you don't know yourself, our communication can be confusing or guarded or reactive instead of responsive, and maybe even somewhat people-pleasing, like I was, you know, when I was 18 years old. Oh, everybody thinks I should, you know, do this thing. I should maybe listen to them. No. So, when you do know yourself, and you're very aware of your sensations, your feelings, your thoughts, you know, you prioritize that relationship with you, it's like suddenly the words just bubble up from within you. There's clarity, direction. You can have an impact, right? And that's what we're doing here with our work in the world, with our businesses in the world. So because I did study engineering, I'm just going to bring in this word friction. And friction is the force that makes it difficult for things to move freely. When we think about relationships, we want freedom and space, and we want to feel that ease, and we don't want, you know, the butting of heads. We want nice flow and ease when we come into contact with a person. So, think about today. Would most people, and I'll count to 3 again, would you say that most people have had more kind thoughts about themselves or more critical thoughts about themselves? So on the count of 3, you can pick one and yell it out. 1, 2, 3.
Critical.
Wow, that was unanimous.
Have you done this presentation in like a mixed gender group or an all-male group? And I just wonder what the difference in these types of questions and what their answers are. And I was critical southern here, so.
Oh my gosh, you guys are really the guinea pigs for this workshop. We could try it if we want to get a mixed gender group together, certainly.
I work a lot with the men engineers, and they are on the critical side a lot. However, not so much about themselves. It's themselves critical solving solutions or critical towards whatever they are doing for
Yeah.
tasks.
Yeah, so definitely. And here's the thing about our thoughts. When we have kind thoughts, we have low friction. Like we move through life with a little bit more ease, right? When we have those critical thoughts of like, oh my gosh, I have to get up in front of 30 people today and I'm so scared that it's going to be horrible and I'm going to just bomb everything. Oh, it's like, it gets all that tension in there. It's like all tight and we don't want that, right? We want that positive kindness toward ourselves. So we're going to take a survey. Please take out your phone. This is a completely anonymous survey about the communication problems that you have experienced. Go to menti.com, or you can grab that QR code, menti.com. And the code is 6183274 if you need the code. Menti is M-E-N-T-I, menti.com. So this is choose all that apply. Which of these communication challenges have you experienced in the last month?
Could you go back to the code?
Oh, sure. There it is. 6183274. We'll see the live data here.
So if we click there and it shows the sign up for Mentimeter with the results, you still probably got it, right?
Yeah, I did. So if you click view the results, what happens then?
You can see them.
You can see them coming in.
Okay, great, all right, perfect.
I'd like to see. Oh, here we go. Okay. So the top one here, looks like we have 12. That was the second one, which was, I avoided a difficult or uncomfortable conversation. Ooh, and then the next one, 13, was, I struggled to express what I really needed, felt, or wanted. So those are the top two. And then the fifth one, the red one, is, I made assumptions instead of asking questions. Yeah, so communication is something that we struggle with ongoing in our lives, certainly. So it's just really interesting. Anybody have any kind of takeaways from this here that they want to share? Jerry?
Well, just for fun, I'd be curious back to your point.
Right, to compare the men.
Yeah,
All right, we'll have to get it.
because I do think a lot of those are very distinctly feminine issues.
Yeah.
In our socialization.
Wondering that as well. How much of this was gender?
So would it be different for men?
Yes.
I experience it's even different profession to profession. So,
And the nice thing is that we are part of that change, right? We are part of that change as women in the world and humans in the world. We can set an example to really teach others. So we're going to do exercise number 1, which is called self-reflection. So there's 2 boxes down below. And then we're going to do a partner connection activity based on this. So in the first box, you're going to write down your roles. What do you do? All those things like mother, sister, acupuncture, all those roles. But then the second box is who I am, and they're more of the qualities. And on the back is a list of those qualities. So if you want to pick and choose some, that feel right to you. So we'll give you 60 seconds for that. Is that too short?
Can you repeat qualities, like some examples of them?
Oh, they're on the back.
Oh, I apologize.
No worries.
I got you.
Yeah, I'll keep track of it.
Thank you. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with that. You're going to get with a partner, probably the person directly across from you would work best. And there's a very specific structure. Oh, by the way, any of these activities that you don't want to participate in, you don't have to. So just know that too, if you don't want to. But here's, person one is going to be on this side. Okay, so you guys are person one. Person two is going to be on this side. And the way you're going to communicate here is, first, by just pausing for a moment, looking into their eyes, and then person one, Dr. Brandy, is going to say, read one thing from her box that she wrote. Like, I am, for me I would say, I am a coach and I am kind. And then, so that's what person one is going to say. Take one word from each box. And then person two, which would be Alexis, is going to say, I hear you say that you are a coach and you are kind. So you're just repeating their words back to them. Okay? And then you'll switch. You'll each do that. You'll take turns with that. Does anybody have a question on that? And we could maybe do it for a few rounds, possibly also. So the nice thing about this is that you're really listening, so we're using our active listening skills, and then you're reflecting back what you heard, and then we're practicing this so that we can also get to know each other really well. So, okay, so I'll give us like maybe 3 minutes for this. All right, go ahead. I didn't see So we're gonna hold on to that and take that in a moment, but our second connection activity is we're gonna get with a different partner this time, okay? And we're also gonna stand up and talk to somebody who we have never spoken with before. Is there anybody in here who has spoken to every single person in this room? Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's your job, right? Yeah. So, this is going to be not a word for word. This is going to be a kind of a summary of what you heard. And also, it's going to be a question based on what you heard. So after you give a summary of what you heard, you're going to come up with a follow-up question. So you're really listening deeply. So we'll have person one. Whoever's got, I don't know, you guys can decide. Whoever's person one will speak for 3 minutes. Now the 3 minutes speaking, it'll be without stopping. Okay, person two cannot talk at all. During that 3 minutes, person two is not talking. Oh, I heard what you said. No. Person two is only listening. Okay, person one will talk for 3 minutes without stopping. And then person two will go ahead and paraphrase for 2 minutes, along with that follow-up question based on what you want to know more about. Like, I'd love to hear more about the book club. Can you tell me about that? So here's the question you're going to answer when you talk. Who is the easiest person to talk to and why? So think about your own life. Who is that person? And who do you struggle to communicate with and why? So that should probably take up 3 minutes. You probably could go 60, but we have a limited time here, so we'll just go with 3 minutes. Okay. I want to see if there's any questions about the directions.
Yeah, I just, can you clarify what you said about the app, like when we're paraphrasing, what did you say about asking questions?
So you'll paraphrase for 2 minutes, and then you'll see if you can come up with one follow-up question. That could be a quick sentence, because I do have one more connection activity for us, so it might be a sentence. Like, Johanna, could you tell me about the book club? I'd love to hear more. And you would say?
No. Just kidding.
Something like, the book club will be on Mondays at the Queen Cafe?
Easton said, yeah.
Yeah.
And is that question in the 2-minute paraphrase?
No.
Okay, great, thanks, I
No.
got it.
After the 2 minutes. And then we're going to switch. So you'll stay with that same partner, but then you'll listen to them. So in total, this will be probably about 11 minutes. Let's keep it at 11 minutes. So when you answer the question, just do it kind of quickly.
I'm just curious if you would be a timer so we will know when to
Yes.
start.
I have a timer here.
Okay.
But you need somebody who you have never spoken with. And I'm going to give you 10 seconds. All right, stand up. Find a person. 10, 9, 8, 9,
We are efficient. I mean, that was like a lot of stuff. I'm like, I might need to take that one. Do you want to expand that? Okay. You want to tell me how open?
A question came up with was, I answered the question, now what else should I say? Just talk about whatever, because the point is the person is, your partner too is listening and hearing and going to paraphrase. So if there's something else you want to talk about, go for it, okay? So now let's paraphrase for a minute and a half. Go. I would never understand this thing with someone. So you tell me about you now. Are they addressing? And ask your question, follow-up question.
Yeah. fine, talk to you again about May not mind. Yeah, I certainly. Yeah, patriarchy, like, you know. Oh, that's right, you gotta get your part, sorry. Look at me, I'm like all of my own world, go Yeah, maybe my killer. Yeah. Oh, no, unfortunately he doesn't. I have fish lines and people are right.
Great question, everyone, great
That was a perfect paraphrase. Her work was done here with us. Yeah, 7 years I don't recommend it. I mean, you gotta turn these files. So I'm an executive at but then I also have my own office on Thursday. I was not.
Okay, wonderful. So we're gonna do some takeaways on all this certainly, but our last activity, and I wanna make sure we have time for this, is called heart listening. So you're gonna pick a different partner, and do we have two people that might wanna model this for a minute? Or maybe one person? Okay, Devin. Oh, thank you, Devin. Okay, Devin. So Devin and I are partners, and she's gonna sit in the chair, and I'm gonna stand behind her. And as I stand behind Devin, I'm just gonna take a few deep breaths and just become very present, and I'm gonna say, Devin, is it okay if I put my hands on your shoulders for a moment? Yes, okay. She said yes, so I can go and just put my hands on her shoulders, and I'm just gonna close my eyes if I want to, and just listen with my heart. We're gonna listen with the heart. So she's not gonna say anything. We'll do this for 3 minutes also. We'll just stand in the quiet, okay, for 3 minutes. Then, the 3 minutes are up. Devin, can I share with you some things that I noticed? Okay, and maybe you noticed something. Maybe you had an image of something in your mind. Maybe you had a feeling or a sensation. I know you get this, right? Like our hypnosis person, certainly. What was your name again?
Lindsay.
Lindsay, have you done anything like this before?
This feels a little bit to me like Reiki.
Oh, okay.
That's what came to my mind here.
Yeah. And so Devin is just sitting here, kind of just being, just enjoying sitting and being there. And then we'll take a minute and I'll just share what maybe I noticed or thought about as I was just tuning into her heart. So I'm just imagining my heart connecting with Devin's heart. So we're listening a little bit more deeply than what we see or what we hear. Okay. Any questions on that?
Definitely surprised.
I forgot about that. Thanks, Devin.
Hand sanitizer, actually.
All right, so find a person, get one chair, and then we'll switch. Okay? Perfect. It's better to do it with somebody you don't know well.
Okay.
But it's up to you.
Would you like to? Sure, I'll sit down. Okay.
Yes, it's okay. Let me put my hands on your shoulders. And begin. up. And then if you were behind the chair, just share with that person what you noticed. Ask them if it's okay. Put your hands on their shoulders.
Yes.
Okay, and then we will begin. Take a minute to share what you noticed.
Very busy body. Yeah, so you got it. Well, I feel like earlier I did think of a word that came to mind, but I didn't like it or anything, but it was just like community. So I don't know if that's like something you're looking for or something that you feel like you have more strong right now, but I think it's like always sort of looking for do you feel like you have a community here? Yeah, absolutely. I see it. Definitely right on. I feel like to feel connected to, yeah. There's nice to think about like community. Yeah. Maybe it was like I love that idea this week.
So maybe have accuracy.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for me. With me for my,
So crazy stuff that just went down.
All right, if you can grab your
I'm working on it.
If you can scan the QR code.
I was white knuckling it. I'll be
Alright, you guys, I would so appreciate your feedback. The feedback that you provide here will go to event planners and meeting planners who would hire me to come and facilitate this group. So if you found value in this, could you say, I found value? I found value. Okay, thank you. So there's a QR code, or you could go to talk.ac/Helene Rose and take 2 minutes or so just to click, there's a little circle, smiley faces, you could click yes or no, and that the feedback also just helps me really improve, and maybe, there's some insights on, your experience you could share, that would be very helpful for me. So we'll just take 60 seconds there, and I also have a couple of freebies at the end. You'll receive a guided visualization to help you really empower your dreams, empower your vision, think about what are your next steps in life. There's that, and then there's also a free month of, I call them like empowerment workshops, I call them Shine Shops, and they're on Zoom, so you also get a free month of that. When you finish that, on the back of your worksheet is a spot to write some takeaways. We're going to share out your takeaways. So when you finish that feedback, which I'm so grateful for, thank you. Just jot down a few of your takeaways that we can share out together. So we'll end with three things. Takeaways, I have a challenge for you, and then a question. On the side table there, I have my book that is for sale about my healing journey, also a link to my podcast. On August 1st at the Brewing Market, I'm hosting a Plant Your Dream workshop specifically for women. So that's available also. And anybody that signed up for that today also gets a 30-minute fee-waived coaching session on Zoom with me as well. So that link is also on that sheet there. But let's hear some takeaways. Would anybody like to share some reflections based on your experience today? Oh, we do have prizes.
I don't have prize, but
Okay.
one of the things that I wrote at the beginning of the exercise, what can get in the way, was people listening to respond instead of listening to understand. I think the first exercise we went through where we had to repeat back was very much a listen to understand and truly hear it, not just what am I going to say back to you. So I appreciate that.
Thank you for sharing that, Katie. Thank you.
Yeah, to go on that too, it really made me understand and feel how much sometimes I'm not listening to everything. This was really great to listen to just everything with the intention of responding back what the person said.
Ooh, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. You got to really listen and respond back. Thank you. Kristen, yeah. We met at the chocolate the other
We
night.
did.
Yes.
The nonverbal communication, like when we're just sitting there holding shoulders, I had to fill space. And I found like I had to communicate with myself to fill the space rather than maybe trying to feel what I'm supposed to be feeling in between the two of us. And it's like, what am I doing today? What do I have to do later today?
Oh,
You know, like going through my to-do list rather than turning all of that off and just connecting.
So did you say it was a little challenging to do that?
That was probably the hardest of all of it today. It was for me to just sit there and have nonverbal communication.
Do you feel like you got there?
Not really.
Did anybody else have that experience?
I mean, I was her partner, but.
Yeah.
Maybe you're fed up with each other.
We'll have to try it again. We just keep practicing it, right? And we just trust that we're, just kind of feeling into what we're meant to notice. Yes?
That said, we also had the sharing conversation, and I found that to be a surprisingly meaningful conversation for like someone I barely know, and it was only 3 minutes,
And we had similar things in our life and we're connected.
That's so wonderful. Yes, Alexis.
Dr. Brandy really kind of found some insights in me that I didn't realize were still there, that I really appreciate acts of service. I really want to get back into my spirituality. So it was just nice to kind of remind myself that that's something I really want to do.
Nice. So Dr. Becky kind of pulled that out and just said, here you go, Alexis.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So thank you.
Lovely. Yes.
This was my first meeting with this group, and it was really nice to have like legit real talk conversations instead of like, this is what I do and this is my next workshop. You know, the kind of surface things that we often tell each other at business luncheons. So it was nice to like actually connect with them on a more meaningful level.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Anybody else connect on a meaningful level? Oh, awesome. Wonderful. Great. So those are lovely takeaways. So my challenge is for the next 7 days, choose one conversation each day with a friend, a colleague, a loved one, a complete stranger, and listen with your heart. Being very present with them. What's there that maybe they're not saying or that you're not seeing, but the deeper inside their heart. And, no need to respond quickly. We don't need to try to fix something. We're just, listening with our heart, receiving that person. And then afterward, you've got your 7 days, and afterward think about for yourself, what did I receive here that maybe I would have missed if I weren't listening with my heart. So that's the challenge. And I did have a question. Yes.
I have a question for you, because
Sure.
when you just did that, you also had your hand kind of on your gut. And
Oh,
so
I
did
did.
you have anything to say about that?
I think it just went there.
Because it also feels like a lot of the times what we're feeling is in our kind of gut
Oh,
as
I
far
like
as, oh, I don't
that,
know if I
Jerry.
want to connect with that. Oh, I want to connect, I mean, so I was just curious if there was like any, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you for asking that. So wonderful, that's what I have. I'd love to get a couple of folks who wouldn't mind being in a video testimonial for my website, because I do want to share this message and have people understand, what they can participate in. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to have 2 or 3 folks meet up with Dawson to share that. But thank you so much. I love being with you all.
Thank you.